Zapzapmath. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Zapzapmath is tell you first, it is home breed. Okay, it's Malaysian company that developed this wonderful product. Okay, which is a lot of schools, children, especially the primary age itself, are seeking. Okay, if you know that a lot of I think your children and or your grandchildren, they find that math is boring and very difficult to comprehend sometimes in today's life. So what happened is this is where Zapzapmath comes in. Okay, all right. So Zapzapmath is a game-based learning platform. Okay, allowing children to play a variety of different games covering numerous mathematical topics. Okay, from kindergarten to the sixth grades. All right. So excellence, they have excellent graphics and engaging use of interface designed to accompany any children's throughout their early mathematical education from that manner itself. So what are the challenges? First thing I want to ask you is that what are the challenges that teachers and students are facing in classrooms nowadays? Okay, all right. So if you look at it, of course, in schools, schools always say, they'll say that there are limited and reliable teaching resources for the teachers in classrooms. Okay, and another thing is where they are able to get their hands on data and analytic tools to support their teachers itself. So nowadays teaching is very different. Teachers doesn't teach because of the students' volume in the classroom, but of course teachers need to get feedbacks. And sometimes, especially where the young generation nowadays, they're very tempted to voice their concerns and everything like that. So hence, where Zapzapmath thought this how to call it, this kind of problem, they try to solve it through this program itself. So another way also where students also can get frustrated, okay, learning in schools, if you look at it, 6 hours, some students, they might not be able to get some help due to some distractions in the classroom itself. And teachers also, they will be bogged down with too many classes and students not having the valuable time, okay, to teach quality lessons in school itself. So Zapzapmath not only create the product, but also they have a dashboard which they can connect teachers, students, parents when there's a lesson engaged in the platform itself. Now, why parents? Because it is important that parents participate in students' everyday life, so that if there's any well-being that needs to be attended to, at least the students, when they go back home, parents know that the students have this. I mean, the child has this problem, and they can help out. So this is where the this web dashboard that Zapzapmath created engage all three of these individuals in the platform itself. So not only the dashboard create on these three connections, okay, they also shows a lot of the activity reports of each classrooms. Teacher can see the straightforwards and basically manage it, from their sites, how they want to disseminate the programs or the course or classes exercise to the students itself from there. So okay, so once students they have completed their task, the system will also automatically mark the students' work. Also, you can see here the dashboard is not very fancy, but it gives you a very clear picture, okay, on what has been achieved by the students, and it's easy to read from there. So Zapzapmath learning methodology, looking at three features. All right, okay. They want to look at the students' learning adaptability, how students explore the questions and tasks in the program. Okay, so when they created a lot of this, they put a lot of emphasis on in the system where students will learn how to explore, and that's where the features comes in and create that kind of how to call it. Curiosities on the students itself, right? Okay, and on top of that, each lessons also allow the students the opportunity to use their higher order thinking abilities. And then the features inside there, doesn't mean that you answer the questions just as like that and how it is. But the system is designed in such a way, it makes the students really look at, how to solve the problems in that math situation itself. Okay, and of course, people always say that visualization is very important, and Zapzapmath also create a clever visualization how to call it features where students are able to see and then understand what is in that program itself and how they want to play with the programs in the platform itself from there. So Zapzapmath, all right. If you talk about mathematics, a lot of parents, teachers, schools around the world, they'll say, okay, right, I'm going to teach math. Of course, math is math. But what Zapzapmath moves up a notch higher is that they basically create a curriculum for the Malaysians KSSR. So all of their works, their mathematics features are all aligned to that syllabus itself. Okay, all right. And of course, not only that, they also have the Ontario and the Common Core for the Northern Americans region itself. Okay, so from here you can see that they design all of this, okay, to incorporate the higher order thinking skills in the field of creations and evaluations and analysis. So if you look at it, the leaderboards and the result screens, a lot of this, how do you call it, combination in game-based ecosystem, the fun math of learning for preschool, kindergarten, and elementary kids, so that this can inspire them to, progress in that area itself from there. The platform supported around 6 languages, okay, at the current moment. All right, okay. If you see there, English, simplified Mandarin, Malay, Spanish, Russians, and of course the Vietnamese language, which is for the Vietnamese market itself. So, progressive adaptive learning journeys. Okay, what is that? Zapzapmath incorporated an adaptive learning features in all of the games, all right, to ensure that an optimized learning curve for any students around the world. These adaptive learning features will automatically scale the question difficulty of a game significantly based on the students' progress as they use the product itself. So they will monitor if the student is doing very well, then the system will make it a bit harder for the next question that comes in. Okay, all right. But if the system monitors the students and find that the student is struggling, then the system will bring a notch down, and help the students basically adapt to the level where it's comfortable for the student itself. So that is basically the progressive adaptive learning journey that Zapzapmath created in this program itself. So for those who want to test their knowledge, okay, if later on we will basically see, we can give you some accounts. You can try out the Zapzapmath multiplayer features. Okay, this is basically what it does. Is basically it pits against players around the world. So students will compete with students. Don't worry, there's not many what I call it information on the students. It's more to the characters, and the names in the system that students will compete with each other. So this will allow the children to fight in battling their what they call it, intelligence in math. Okay, and of course the games that they play inside there will inspire them to learn more, okay, and further in depth in mathematics itself. So Zapzapmath is well supported in the iOS, Android, and web browser. Okay, so we also have the apps that's coming in. All right, okay, soon. Now, so why they say why use Zapzapmath? Well, if you look at it, our credentials and the awards, okay, there's around 185 countries that is we are featured in that area itself, and we are considered one of the first education categories in the US App Store. Okay, we work together with McGill's University in the what we so-called the magnitude recognition research programs. So what it is that the collaboration, we do a lot of research, psychological research, where how students answers the mathematics and the adaptation of a child when they use the program itself. So the sequence of the program and the research basically look at this, and then from gathering a lot of this information, they will enhance more of the features in Zapzapmath in the future to come. So you could say that it's more of like Zapzapmath will sooner or later in the future be more of a like a self-learning platform for the students. Okay, because of all the research and database that has been captured by McGill's and Zapzapmath, they will transpire it into the system itself in the coming future from there. So of course, that's about Zapzapmath. I will show you the video. I always believe that video will tell you more. Okay, hold on now. Let me see.